Just it's like asking someone to run faster. You got speed, you're fast, but can you run faster?
Right.
Run faster.
Right.
Just a little bit more fast.
Right. So
And you wind up,
you break down.
Well, your knees will be on the ground and your chin.
Right.
I mean, you only can run as fast as you can run.
Right.
People don't run half speed to first base.
Yeah.
Generally, they run as fast as they can down to first base
Yep.
or whatever in the outfield. So you just can't tell. Run faster on the next ball.
Right. The speed with the arm speed comes, but it comes well after you've developed all the muscle memory. Your technique is.
It's all technique. Because one of the things that I always find with my pitchers, when someone looks at them, they wonder how can they throw so fast with a smooth motion like that? It doesn't look like they're working hard.
Right.
That's the key.
Yes.
That's the key. You don't want them to make it look hard. Because it's not hard.
No, and I have firsthand experience with that, and kids would describe it and say, you just see this nice, easy motion coming around, and all of a sudden the ball's by you.
Right.
And they're really good pitchers that don't even look like they're trying.
Right. That's the way it should be.
Right.
It's like a ballerina or a figure skater.
Right.
Tremendous athletes, but it doesn't look like they're working hard.
Yep. They make it look easy because they're doing it right.
It's also skill. It's all technique.
Technique. So we've got our hand, we've got our arm coming around, and we're releasing in the correct spot. We're going to show some.
Keep on me though when you're done.
Oh, okay. We're going to go into some pitching stuff in a little bit. Maybe a couple of grips. First three pitches you always like to teach the kids, and the one pitch that I personally hate, and I know you don't think the kids should do it until they're in college, because I've seen it mess up so many kids who were decent pitchers, and then they decide to throw that rise ball, and all hell breaks loose. But let's talk about the legs a little bit.
Okay. And by the way, I call these forever drills. These are something that you just don't.
You never
I
stop.
teach a 10-year-old the same as I would a 25-year-old,
Yeah.
whatever, who's coming to me.
Yep.
I've worked with men several years, and it's all the same. It doesn't change because you're 10 or 110.
Right.
It should stay the same.
Would you say you're going to love this, Rick? Would you say you could take an old guy? He's not really so old.
I have.
Rich, over at Mia's, and show him how to throw a meatball properly.
Sure. Yeah.
And maybe if we go
Even
to
my wife can wrist snap oranges.
but we can get Rich to throw us some meatballs, and we could have another good meal.
As long as they hold up, there's no reason why you couldn't throw a meatball.
I'm going to have that conversation with Rich. In fact, I think that we've held out long enough. The next show, we're bringing Rich on the show, Rick. Rich is coming, and you know what? I'm sorry, Steve, but he's not coming empty-handed, and I'm not having any guests. So, Rich, I know you're listening, or you're going to watch the rerun. You're going to be coming on the next show, and I think that's in 2 weeks on the 13th. We're bringing Rich. I'm hopeful to have my doctor friend, and he's going to talk about what he's seen. He's got another.
That's good.
What they see coming, orthopedic guy and a baby doctor. And I have a baby doctor. I think every guy should have one. Anyway, that's like comic relief, and I'm the only one that ever laughs at my jokes. So
I thought there was something else coming.
Nah, there's nothing else.
That was it.
No, you saw everything that I got. My entire comic routine. Anyway, let's talk about the legs now.
Okay.
How much? You're going to talk about the positioning of feet in a moment, but what does leg conditioning have to do with pitching, both from the motion and doing it, and from the effects during a long game and 95-degree temperatures?
Well, it's just more than the legs at 95-degree temperature. That's all about hydration and whatnot.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, but the legs are the driving force behind the pitch. I mean, that's where you get your power from. Mm-hmm. You're talking about speed. You want to get speed. Well, if you drive with the legs, you're going to get that extra power driving off the pitching rubber. The closer in fast pitch softball, you want to shorten the time and shorten the distance. Mm-hmm. So if you're standing on a pitching rubber and you're going to throw a ball, it's going to go 40 feet. But if you drive yourself off, you're going to throw the ball 35 feet.
Right.
Sometimes, I mean, I had my daughter and some of the other pitchers that I had jump out of the circle.
Right.
That was the first thing they did, was clear that chalk away from the circle so they wouldn't get penalized for
Right.
coming out of the circle because
Right.
the stride was so long.
Yep.
So that's it's really important with the legs and the position of the feet, because those knees, especially at a young age, I mean, there could be a lot of damage if you don't land properly
Right.
and warm up properly in that, what we call a power phase position, with that leg. Make sure that knee points towards the target.
Towards the target. We're going to have, we weren't able to logistically get it on today, but next week we're going to go just do a quick review like we always do, but we'll have some video of Amber pitching.
When she was, I think, 14 years old when this is that first snippet of just the motion.
Yep.
So that's what we practiced over and over.
Over and over again. So we're going to show that and maybe a little more video on the pitching motion so that we kind of can bring it all together for you visually. That it's a little tough in the studio. Did you want me to go to
Talk about Mia?
Mia?
We're done. Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you know what? We're gonna have to call it a wrap.
Okay.
But we're gonna have Steve back because I want Steve to show some of the pitches.
All right.
Bring you back to show you what this line means and what this dot means. And geez, I pick up this little ball and I think of Mia's. I just can't help. I'm telling you, they make great food. I've said it 100 times. Rich is your host and the owner. Sometimes his mom is there, and if his mom is there, the mom's clams are especially good. They're okay when Rich makes them, but when mom is there, they're especially good. Mom is Mom Linda. So, and the wait staff is outstanding. A lot of young guys too from the local high schools work there, and I just can't say enough that they do a great job. But you know, the key to going back to restaurants, and I go back to a lot of them, but you know, Mia's is right at the top there. Very, very good.
Spaghetti and clams.
Spaghetti and clams, everything. You know, and everything is always fresh, and that's the key. I'm getting all kinds of
I
stuff.
was just saying if it's too late to go.
You know
Right?
what?
You
I
get
did
the
this.
spaghetti clams?
I did this to Dennis too. You know what? We're heading to Mia's. I told everybody I was going there on Saturday night, 2 weeks ago, which I did, and that if they came, I would be happy to share the calamari, but not the wine.
She likes the calamari.
Same deal. I'll
Not the
share
wine?
it, not the wine.
Okay.
Unless I know you're coming, because then I'll bring enough. Well, I want to thank everybody again. I want to remind everyone we have a little contest. Rick promises to put something on the webpage. We want everybody to send in their funniest softball picture, and we're going to make have a little fun with it. We have a couple of gifts to give away. One of them was the Funtown Pier packet tickets, and what we promised something else. I think we promised a Mia dinner. Mia dinner on Rich, not Rick, on Rich, and. So we're going to pick a couple of funny ones, and we're going to invite you to dinner. So do that. I appreciate everybody listening and tuning in. Tune in 2 weeks, and in the meantime, please leave the game to the kids. Thank you, and good night.
Would you consider today a win?
Today was a win. I enjoyed it.
A big win, a walk-off win, baby. A walk-off win, like the Yankees. 3 in a row.
3 in a row, and it's
a walk-off win. We'll see you guys next week. Walk-off win, baby. See you next week. Go Mets. Come on. Learn how to feel. Learn how to run. Come on, man. Get your act together. We'll see you next week. See you, Mark. How is that? Give me a hug. Come on, man. Are we out?